All right, AI. Hold on, I need to make sure I'm going live. Here we go. Hi, friends. We're really live. AI, my sweet friends. Are you using it? Are you using it effectively? And how are you creating effective social media content using Chat or Claude or your favorite AI tool? That is what we're going to talk about today. If you don't know me yet, hello, new friend. I'm Bridget Brady. I am the founder and CEO of the full service online marketing agency Amp Up My Biz. I am the creator of the premier step-by-step social media system, the Social Media Success Academy, and I'm the author of the #1 international best-selling book, Jobs to Jammies. All right, let's dive in. So we're going to spend about 10 minutes today, and I want to tell you exactly how we use AI in our business and how we're getting the best value out of Claude and ChatGPT. Welcome to the Amp Up My Biz 10-minute social media training. All right, so here's where I'm going to start. One of the biggest mistakes that I see entrepreneurs and business owners make is using AI as a strategist versus a tool, right? Like just giving over, like fully trusting Claude or Chat and being like, create my content calendar, right? Like I literally see this from our students and our clients. They're like, I asked it to create a content calendar for me and it did. I'm like, oh, I'm sure it did, right? I asked it to do my keyword and hashtag research, which by the way, I found it to be not great yet, right? It's getting better all the time. So the first thing I want to say is this: use your human brain, right? No one knows your ICA, your ideal client avatar, your clients, your customers, your business, your products, your services, your brand voice, your brand story better than you, right? AI can get very delusional. Like I have gotten some insanely bad advice from AI. And it's usually when I'm kind of testing something, I'm like, oh, what happens if I put this in, right? So I've gotten some insanely bad advice from AI. So please, please use your human brain. Okay, that's my blanket statement. Now, let's talk about how to use it as an incredible time-saving tool to help you with your content, your social media content, your email content, even some of your blog and your vlog content, et cetera, et cetera. So first and foremost, I would love it to know your voice. So one of the first things that I recommend is to go in and upload, like create a project about your voice, your brand story. And what I did is I uploaded my book, all my blogs, like tons of articles that I've written. I filled Claude and Chat up. Like I filled those bad boys up. Hold on, I'm gonna turn my comments on so that I can see you. Hi, if you're here live, please say hi to me. Right. So the first thing I did was I wanted to make sure that anything that Claude or Chat was going to come out with was in my voice. So the very first thing I did was create sort of a Bridget's voice project. Now, here's the caveat, right? For those of you who've been using AI, you're thinking, well, sure, Bridget, but Claude and Chat don't have multi-project memory, right? It doesn't share. Ish. Yes, and like that's absolutely correct. And the more you use those tools, the more that they create long-term memories, the more that they do get to know you. And here's what's interesting. If you go into Claude or Chat and go into the settings and go into the memory files, it will tell you exactly what it remembers about you. So a couple little tricks here are you can go into those memory files, adjust anything that you need to, and you can put in like a little block about your voice. So you can go in and say, And whenever you're writing content for me, here's my voice, right? Whatever it is, warm, inspirational, professional, right? A little funny, a little cheeky, right? I think I have stuff in there like, don't be too afraid to like not offend other people, right? Like speak from the heart, all that kind of stuff, right? So you can go into the memory files and help it. Okay, so that's sort of blanket overview. Don't use it as a strategist, use it as a tool, right? Your strategist should be your mentor or your coach, right? Or your own dang self, right? You know your business better than anyone. So that's number one. Number two is the other big mistake I'm seeing, right? Number two is put in your brand voice, right? Make sure that Chat and Claude, whoever you're using, knows your voice. Then number three, one of the other big mistakes that I see is under prompting, right? I see this all the time. Respond to this email for me. Like, what? What does that mean? Right? Write 5 great posts for me about content creation. What? So the very, very simple format that we use that I gift to you, right, is once you've created the brand voice, once you've created your brand story, once you've done your best to have your AI tool of choice utilize your voice, right, in the memory files, then I always tell it who they are, right? You are a expert copywriter. You are an expert meta ads copywriter. You are whatever. You're a business attorney. Now, I wouldn't actually take legal advice from Claude or Chat, but like whatever it is, you are this, you are that. Tell them who they are. Then next, make sure they understand the goal of the prompt, what it is that you want them to accomplish, right? So you're an expert copywriter. I'm writing a blog about XYZ for, and then your ICA. Now, it doesn't need to be like a 5-page document, but guess what? AI can handle a lot of data at one time. So you could also have your brand voice in a doc, your ICA in a doc, and you could upload those to every project and just say, hey, make sure you're always speaking to this ICA, make sure you're always speaking in my brand voice, right? Like that's another little workaround. But sometimes like we're moving fast and furious, right? Like you just need something quick. So tell them who they are. You are XYZ. This is what we're trying to accomplish, right? This is my ICA. This is who I'm writing this for. And then I always like to give it a jumping off point, right? Like this is my point of view. These are my ideas around this topic. And then I push submit. And 7 times out of 10, I get something that's 85 to 90% almost usable, right? But then sometimes I'll go back and forth a little bit, and I'll give you another little ninja secret here in a second. Sometimes I'll go back and forth a little bit, but at the end of the process, I always, right, use my own like human eye, human perspective, and make sure that whatever output I'm getting, I don't care if it's a social media post or an email or a blog or a video script or whatever it is, I make sure that I'm infusing myself fully into that. I'm not just grabbing whatever Chat or Claude came up with and like dumping it out into on my social or in my email, et cetera, et cetera. Now, here's another little ninja secret for you. I'm checking the time. Oh, we're good. I'm checking the time. And then I have a really fun workshop coming up. As a matter of fact, because I said 10 minutes and we're at 9 minutes, let me put this up for you just in case you have to go. I'm hosting a free 3-day workshop. It is called Post, Nurture, Profit. Turning social media into sales. Because if you know me at all, you know that I'm a woman who loves social media, but I do not love social media for the sake of social media. I don't do vanity social media. I don't do vanity metrics. I don't do waste of time social, right? The only social media that I'm interested in is social media that grows your business, is social media that puts money in your bank account. That is the only social media that I'm interested in. So I'm hosting a free 3-day workshop this month, Post, Nurture, Profit, turning social media into sales. And boom, boom, depending on where you are. If you're on Insta, you're right there. if you're on Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube, you're right there. Workshop.ampupmybiz.com. Save your free seat. Okay, here is my final ninja secret for you. So my other really fun ninja secret that I love to do is I start with everything I just talked about, right? My brand voice, my brand story. They know my ICA, right? Like Chat and Claude have gotten to know me pretty well. Then, right, I do whatever prompt I'm working on. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Let's say I start in Chat. I will take that over to Claude. I will put the same prompt in and I'll say either like, here's a first draft that I got from Chat. Like, what do you think? Or can you Kaizen this? Or sometimes I don't even tell Claude or Chat, whoever I'm going to first. A lot of times I'll start in Chat and I'll bring it over to Claude for polish, but it just depends on what I'm working on. So then I'll bring it over to Claude and I'll say, hey, here's my first draft. What do you think? Do you have any suggestions? And Claude will do its thing. I'll take it back to the Chat and I'll say, hey, I just Kaizened this. Does this still feel like it's in my voice? Does this still feel like, do you have any suggestions? And sometimes I'll go back and forth a few times before the final touch, never leave the final touch out, really using my own strategic knowledge of my business, my ICA, my brand, and making sure that it really is, even though I use Chat and Claude as a tool, that it really is me, right? That I used it as a tool to save time, but I infused it with myself. All right. The other one, I know I said 10 minutes, we're at 11 minutes. It's so good though. All right. So the other really great thing that we love to use Chat and Claude for is quality assurance. So sometimes I'll just write, like I write my I'm writing a newsletter every month. I'm writing blogs. A lot of times I'm just writing it because I really just want to come from my own point of view. But what I will do is I'll put it into Chat or Claude and ask it to do a QA pass or a Kaizen pass. I'll be like, hey, here's my newsletter. Here's my blog. Like could you Kaizen this for me? Do you have any suggestions, right? Here's my ICA. Here's the goal of this blog, of this email, of this post, right? Do you have any suggestions? I take them or leave them. And then for sure, I say, please QA this for me. Now, we've actually written a whole QA prompt project. Like we have a QA project that has all of the rules of the road for grammar and punctuation and the ways that we like our documents, our PDFs, etc. Like all those things to be QA'd. We have a separate project just for that. Okay, I know that was a lot. So if you're really into AI, you're like, I've got this. If you're just starting, you're like, oh, that was a lot. So I would love, let me put this up again. I would love to continue this conversation. Now, my workshop is not an AI workshop, but it's 2026. It's July of 2026, my friend. It's inevitable that it will come up. And I would love for you to embrace it to whatever level you want to embrace it, to save yourself time, to save yourself money, right? To save yourself payroll time. So 1, I'd love for you to embrace it. 2, I have my free 3-day social media workshop coming up. It's called Post, Nurture, Profit, turning social media into sales. It is 3 days. It is awesome. It's about an hour and a half per day. We're going to be diving really deep in exactly how you can post to bring in new leads, unlimited leads into your database every single day. And then how you nurture those leads, like very specifically, how do you nurture those leads to turn them into paying clients and customers? Because my goal is to have new sales coming into your business every single day. right? 366 days a year, even on leap year. So grab that link, workshop.ampupmybiz.com. I will see you at my free 3-day workshop. I'm so excited that you joined me for my live. Have an amazing rest of your day. Mwah. I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.